Jody.
Good morning, Charlie Pierce.
Oh, the healing tone of Jody Hamilton. I can feel my
Charlie from his hospital
recently
bed,
repaired
lounging saucily while
tendon in my
Jody
knee
Hamilton is a candy
coming
striper.
to vivid life.
Yes. Oh, boy.
Charlie's your leg is healing up, right? You got some.
Yes, they did a fine job on it. I've
Oh.
got, another, I guess, let me see, another 11 days here in the rehab place.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
I go home and continue to,
Are you presently
Yeah.
all hopped up on goofers or no?
no, not
Okay.
this time, no.
Don't have to be.
Unlike the judiciary hearings into impeachment one, which I watched from my hospital bed, intensely hopped up on goofballs.
Probably a good way
That
to
was
do
not
it. Yeah.
impeachment 2 Electric Boogaloo. That was the first one. Do you have a hard time? I was just saying it's hard to remember the criming from 3 days ago up through this morning. I sometimes literally, Charlie, have to go first. And what was that one about? Oh, right. Like you have to think back, like and then you're like, oh, right. Russia, he never even got impeached over. And that was really kind of the biggest one. But okay. Charlie, what is, I've been saying,
Well,
not just as an
we've now
American,
gone-
as a journalist, how are you going to write about this someday? What is happening? Oh my God.
Well, it's funny because I'm just writing something now about this topic. I'm concerned that the United States government seems incapable of defending itself against internal subversion.
Yeah.
All the checkpoints, all the checks of the checks and balances didn't work. And
Well, I guess
these
they
guys
worked
were
in the.
terrible at it.
Yeah. It worked in that the
even
coup
they
wasn't
came-
successful, but it's
Even they
ongoing.
came very, very close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, imagine the scenes of like Homeland Security police showing up at polling places
Yeah.
in Nevada and facing off against local cops,
Yeah.
or state legislatures completely consumed by madness. That's what was on its way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's. We keep saying that when Zoe Lofgren said, "I can't believe what we're seeing," and she's seen Watergate. I mean, this is really. I mean, this latest story this morning about him trying to use three different branches of the government to seize voting machines is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even honestly. I don't even know what to say. I don't think I've put it all together in my head yet. But the whole plot really is. All of it, fake electors on down, is just even more. And Jody was saying this morning, imagine what we still don't know. Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you think, Charlie? Like, how tip of the
I keep going
iceberg is
back-
this?
I keep going back all the way to that one briefing they gave Congress very early on about the Russian involvement in the 2016 election
Yeah.
and how terrified everybody looked coming out of that meeting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi don't scare easy, and she was scared,
Yeah.
and it just got worse.
Yeah. No, you're exactly.
I mean, and now we go from this grand conspiracy, to this incredible clownishness that he reads documents and then tears them up and throws them on the floor.
Right. Which is also illegal, but let's not dwell on that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is your take on, Frank Laguzzi was just telling us, and I think we all get it, that this is a former president and all the T's have to be crossed and all the I's have to be dotted. But at this point, we're all like, holy, what? Oh my God. Like, what else do we need? Clearly, he's terrified of
All we can do is not be stunned anymore.
right.
To take in all the information, keep it on file, register it in your head, use it when you go to vote, and then when the hammer finally comes down from DOJ, don't accept any excuses.
Well, you even talked about, you said, can we now all agree that voting for your local school board is important? Because local school boards have begun to lose their minds. I mean, when we are in full-on book banning, Nazi symbols, Nazi rallies everywhere, I'm like, what will exactly get us to wake the F up?
I don't know. And again, this goes back to the point I'm trying to make in this thing that I'm writing now. The system should be able to defend itself with our help. But we've abandoned the job, and the system can't do it alone.
Right. Well, that's what I'm afraid of. We're, slow walking into 2022. There was to the midterms. There was a story yesterday about, where they're just throwing people off election boards. So they're all Republican and they just can do whatever they want. And, we already have, Georgia yesterday, we said, Jody, that, you're 25 times more likely to get your mail-in ballot rejected already in Georgia. Like, they are on the move. What are we doing to stop it? Yes, we can only turn out in huge numbers, but Georgia, they're like, no more Sunday voting, no more, Democrats on this board, no more that. No, it's just, and as Frank was saying, well, where was it, Jody, that the guy's like, unplug the voting machines if you think something's going wrong. Come armed. I mean, it's just, this is what
that
is.
was Michigan.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Michigan.
But this is what's being incited, both by him this weekend and some of them, like the monsters lost control of his monsters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's been the case for, ever since Newt Gingrich. They just didn't have the guts to admit it.
Yeah.
And the people in my business didn't have the guts to call it out. And now, the monsters developed a taste for human flesh, basically.
Yeah.
That's where we're at now.
I mean, and also the whole party. You tweeted just about the Supreme Court thing. It'll be fascinating to see what mendacious new standard Mitch McConnell concocts that completely reverses his previous new standard. I mean, suddenly we've got Susan Collins. We need to slow down this whole thing now at the Supreme Court. You said this woman is impossibly dim. She said that Biden has politicized the nomination process.
I mean, that isn't even the right. The correct right-wing talking point. You're supposed to say Robert Bork's nomination politicized the process.
Yeah.
I mean, she can't even keep her talking point straight.
Yeah.